My name is Kyran Belfield, and this coming fall I will be a second year at Randolph-Macon College in Ashland, Virginia, where I'm studying environmental studies and biology. I am the oldest of four in my family, and I'm a strong enthusiast of nature and the Go Green effort. My journey began when I left my hometown of Warsaw, Virginia. My first stop was to Medina, New York, where I had SCA orientation. Upon completing orientation, I was back on the road again and headed to my final destination of Rockland, Maine. This is where I would be spending my summer at the Maine Coastal Islands National Wildlife Refuge headquarters at their visitor center. One of the biggest differences that I noticed in comparing my hometown of Warsaw to Rockland was the change in landscape. From open fields and rivers to a quaint and quiet main street surrounded by mountains on one side and lighthouses in the Atlantic on the other. Back home, I was used to having to drive at least 2 hours to the nearest ocean. Needless to say, I remained in awe the entire summer whenever I had the opportunity to go out on the ocean. In being a visitor services intern this summer, I really had to push myself to get out of my comfort zone. In order to be a prepared and knowledgeable asset to the refuge, I read as much information as I could about the refuge, as well as watching the staff interact with visitors. Outside of the office, I had the great opportunity to participate in other projects, such as a Gull census and other surveys. In doing these surveys, I had the chance to see many of the beautiful refuge islands. When I went out to one of the islands, the intern showed me their recent project of trying to trap a geolocator gull. I was shown the method in which they attached the geolocator to the gull. One of my favorite experiences from this summer was getting to go out to Metinic Island in order to relieve one of our interns. During the 24 hours that I was out on the island, I worked alongside one of the interns, Zach. We had to search for a previously marked nest to see whether or not the nest had either eggs, no eggs, or guillemot chicks. Another task we had was to catch Arctic and common chicks. Once we caught them, we measured them for different parameters, then recorded all of our data into data books. I also sat in a blind to view and record foraging. Another awesome opportunity was getting to go to the Craig Brook National Fish Hatchery. We participated in the bleeding, tagging, and scanning process of the endangered Atlantic salmon. Other projects I also participated in were the setting up of a refuge sign and spraying purple loosestrife. I had the chance this summer to see so many beautiful things about a place I never would have imagined that I would have ever gone to on my own. One of the biggest things this experience has taught me has been living on my own and being able to adapt to new environments. I learned how to cook, I began to try new things, and I began to explore the areas around me and fell in love with the different places that I had the awesome opportunity to be able to go to. I strongly encourage future CDIPs and SCA interns to really explore and take advantage of the place that you're placed in for your internship. In doing so, you'll be able to meet new people and go places and do things you've never done before. Other advice I would offer to future SCAs is to always show up to work ready and prepared to learn something new on a daily basis. Keep a positive attitude and always ask questions. Also, be flexible and willing to take helpful advice. Thank you, Beth, for helping me get outside of my comfort zone by encouraging me to do and try new things. Thank you, Michael, for always encouraging me to have a positive attitude and coming to work with a smile on my face. And Brian, thank you for always being so patient and willing to answer my many questions or simply just help me out in general with your constant words of encouragement. And thank you to Kofi, my mentor, for his constant encouragement and support throughout my SCA internship. I am so grateful to have had these people as a part of my SCA experience this summer in Maine.